Hello and welcome to Re-Examined Faith. At ang ating gagawin ngayon ay i-re-examine po natin ang apat na cross-examination. Dalawa rito ay mga tanong sa akin ng isang atheist at yung pangalawang set ay yung tanong ko naman sa kanya. So we have first cross-examination between an atheist who asked me questions. We have first cross-examination between me asking him, and also we've got second cross-examination, and then later on, ang gagawin naman natin dito ay magkakaroon tayo ng mga thoughts concerning that. So ngayon, para ma-pinpoint natin, maging yung naging kakayahan ko on this cross-examination ay aking i-re-examine para naman masabi po ng mga kaibigan natin, mga kapatid na hindi tayo bias, okay? So at this point, let's go to the first cross-examination at para mabilis, ginawa ko na ng fast forward kasi magpo-focus tayo dito sa mga main points. So let's go to the first cross-examination na kung saan ang isang atheist ang magtatanong sa akin. So, let's get it on. So,
Now, begin.
So first question, Corowell. So if Christianity is wrong, would you listen?
if it's possible, yes, it is.
Okay. So next question. So anong argument mo to prove that the existence of God is the plausible
Can you pause the
explanation?
time? Hold on. Can you pause the time? Pause the time. Pause mo yung time. Anong timer? Do you have the 20-second timer dyan? Meron kang timer na 20 seconds. Question mo, Vax. Sorry if I interrupted you. Proceed.
Okay. So can you explain to me, or can you briefly explain to me, how does God explain the existence of conceptual ideas?
Okay, concerning conceptual ideas kasi, nabanggit ko lang kanina, logic, moral values, and universals from Christian's perspective, nag-make sense lamang kung mayroon talagang matatawag na source, and we are talking about God. Nabanggit ko kanina, the existence of God provides a rational, plausible explanation for the reality of abstract.
Next question, please.
Next question. So how does the existence of God makes logic make sense?
Take note, ang topic namin what best explains reality, atheism or Christianity. So we've got some questions there like, kung hindi totoong Christianity, makikinig ba ako? Or what, di ba? Pangalawa, paano na susuportahan yung reality concerning to the conceptual ideas about who God is? Pangatlo, yan na, pumasok na kami sa laws of logic. Mamaya i-address natin to ng isa-isa, pero pakinggan po natin ng buo. Okay, concerning to the laws of logic, actually, kung titingnan naman talaga natin tungkol sa laws of logic kasi, hindi ito parang tao lang yung may gawa, so to speak. Kahit wala nang matatawag na tao, masabi may tinatawag na mga laws of logic, so to speak ba? Kasi nasa kasama yan, law of
Next question.
Hold on,
Next question. So is God subject to laws of logic?
Ayan. You see, nagtungo siya dun sa, is God a subject to the laws of logic? Kumbaga, is God a subject or an object? Aminin ko dun sa naturang discussion namin, yung debate nga namin, parang, ito yung time na nagkaroon ako ng masasabi ko na kailangan ko muna itong pag-aralan uli. Kailangan ko muna itong i-re-examine, especially on the issues about if God is subject or object. So, you see, ang pinpoint lang natin dito, no? Relevant ba yung mga tanong niya o reasonable? So, you see, mga kapatid, mga kaibigan, siyasatin natin yung mga questions niya, no? So, at least napakinggan nyo po yung mga clips doon. You can watch the entire debate doon sa Roundtable Atheist PH na nasa YouTube channel nila. Pwede nyo pong ding tignan sa Why Christianity YouTube page, no? Anyway, pansinin po yung mga tanong na nabanggit doon kanina, right? No? You see, una dyan yung challenge sa logic at morality. So, itong atheist friend natin, he attempts to ask questions about how God explains abstract concepts katulad ng laws of logic at objective moral values. Itong mga to ay masasabi natin na reasonable philosophical question na dapat lamang natin itong masagot, as they probe whether God's existence provides a satisfactory explanation, foundation for such non-material realities. Siyempre, meron siyang tanong din si Vox na, is God subject to logic? At is God good because it is His nature or because it conforms to a standard of goodness? Yan yung mga tanong niya, kumbaga, para daw ma-expose yung sinasabing potential contradiction daw sa Christian theism. Pati yung topic about what belief in God adds to objective meaning, which is relevant sa worldview discussion. Sa bagay, ang topic namin, what best explains reality. So, maganda yung mga tanong niya, sabi ko nga, malakas naman yon. Pero saan dyan yung mga may hinang tanong? Remember, ang topic, what best explains reality. You see, many of the atheists' questions seem tangential to this question. Gaya ng, can God create a square circle? Well, interesting philosophical puzzle pero hindi po directly address sa topic namin. At yung tinanong nga niya dyan, at gaya po nang pong napakinggan na, kung ang Diyos ba ay subject o object, metaphysical nuances yan sa nature ng Diyos, pero hindi po directly na-evaluate yung worldview na yon. So, ang dapat sanang i-address ng ating kaibigan dyan, at kung nakikinig man siya sa atin, what best explains reality? Anyway, kung titingnan naman natin ngayon, bukod dito, unclear terminology at focus. Gaya yung tanong niya na, is God a subject or an object? Confusion na yan eh. And frankly speaking, Mr. Vox Athius failed to articulate what he means or what he meant dun sa mga termino. Hindi po niya na i-clarify, so to speak. At saka yung tanong na whether God's nature conforms to goodness, bagamat philosophically significant, but it was not framed in a way that tied it to the broader question of explaining reality. So far, tingnan natin sa mga nasagot ko before. Like, for example here. He is the source of it, so hindi po siya subject doon.
Hold on,
Next question. So, is God subject to laws of logic?
He is the source of it, so hindi po siya subject doon.
That's not the, okay, he's not subject. Okay.
Hold on. Please pause the time. Pause the time, please. Vox, may I remind you that you really need to make, let him finish the answer first. He has a 20-second time frame to answer to give his answer to your question, okay? So do not butt in.
Okay.
If you have an objection,
Sige.
it's called...
Ang ironic dito, dapat sana magsasabi siya na dapat dyan ng objection moderator. Gaya ng ginawa noon, like for example, ni Light of Suna or Ahmad Domer noon sa naging discussion namin last time. Na mayroon siya na babanggit na objection moderator, di ba? Pero hindi yun ang ginawa ni Vox doon sa naging discussion namin o naging debate namin. So anyway, kung titingnan, kahit yung mismong naging mga sagot ko, analisahin natin. No? Sa bagay kasi, whether we like it or not, mga kaibigan, mga kapatid, well, kahit sasagutin natin sana ng detalyado, mag-aminan tayo, mabilis ang oras, 20 seconds lang, di ba? You see, yung response ko dito kasi, we are attempting to point back to God as the ultimate explanation for reality. Pero, syempre, mag-aminan tayo, mayroong strength, may weakness din sa mga sagot ko. So, baka sasabihin, di ba sa side mo lang pinapaliwanag mo? Hindi. Actually, kahit yung mismong kahinaan sa sagot ko, i-explain ko rin. Nang sa ganun po ay makita nyo po, no? Siyempre, for me, mahalaga po na ma-re-examine po natin ang bawat kasagutan dyan. Una riyan, about the defense of God as the foundation for abstract realities. So, you see, hinighlight ko dito sa naging arguments ko noon about God being the source of the laws of logic, morality, meaning, and purpose in life. Na yan po ang aking mga na-feature noon sa naging debate namin ni Vox. Yan talaga ang nag-highlight doon. Hindi pa nabanggit yung, actually nabanggit ko rin yung tungkol sa muling pagkabuhay ni Kristo Jesus na nagpapatunay na may Diyos talaga. So, I even pointed out na ang logic o laws of logic, hindi po yung human inventions. Ngunit ito po ay grounded sa likas na kalagay ng Diyos, who is the Logos, John 1:1. This aligns with the Christian claim that God is the source of order and rationality in the universe. Siyempre, I even pointed out na kung walang Diyos, walang matatawag na objective moral laws and duties. There is no objective basis for distinguishing good from evil if there is no God. So, I pointed out the moral argument there. Siyempre, I pointed out that that belief in God provides an objective framework for understanding why life has meaning and value. So successfully naipresenta po natin yan. So, ano naman ang aking masasabing kahinaan doon na hindi ko na-address sa entire discussion dahil yung oras na nga ay napakabilis, no? You see, halimbawa, nung tinanong yung tungkol sa tanong na how God explains the laws of logic, hindi ko na kasi gaano na hindi ko kasi na-explain ng detalyado dahil mabilis ang oras doon, no? So you see, a more robust answer could have explained how God's nature as a necessary immaterial and rational being provides a foundation for the immaterial, universal, and necessary nature of the laws of logic. As you can see, kahit sa mga pagsagot ko sa mga objections na ito ni Mr. Vox, and you can watch it sa mga TikTok videos ko, naipresenta natin na illogical at irrational po ang mga claims niya against Christianity, so to speak. And then, nung nagtanong siya na tungkol sa goodness ng Lord, kung ito ba ay sa kanyang likas na kalagayan o it conforms to a standard, well, you see, ang naging problema ko lang dyan, aminin ko, hindi ko siya na-discuss ng maayos, no? Hindi ko siya fully explained how this avoids the dilemma of arbitrariness or an external standard. You see, if ever na masasagot ito in a detailed way, i-discuss ko yun tungkol sa classical theistic position that God's nature is the standard of goodness dahil siya po ay necessary maximal great being. At bukod dyan, hindi ko po talaga na-address yung mga off-topic questions talaga. Bagamat nasagot naman natin, pero yun lang ang issue dyan. If Christianity or if atheism really best explains reality. Kasi diversion na kasi yun, aminin ko yan, no? Naging diversion na ito sa pinaka-topic namin. So maganda man, pero yun lang, dahil mabilis ang oras, hindi na po ito na-discuss ng maayos. Ngayon, yung mga tanong ba ni Vox ay nanatili doon sa topic namin? Ang totoo niyan, yung discussion na ito between me and Vox doon sa first cross-examination niya sa akin, drifted away from the central topic. Imbes na mag-focus sa mismong paksa ko, about the question if Christianity really explains reality, like the issue concerning the existence of the universe, abstract entities, and human experience, yung dialogue naging parang malabo, ganon. Halimbawa, the square circle question, interesting yon. Pero walang kinalaman yan sa pag-explain ng reality. Kundi ang issue diyan, omnipotence. Pangalawa, is God a subject or an object question? Hindi naman to directly address sa explanatory power ng Christianity laban sa atheism. And then, concerning to that, broader context mong issue natin dyan eh. Hindi natin na-presenta talaga ng maayos dahil mabilis ang oras. Ngunit, kahit paano nasagot naman natin yon. So anyway, challenge, no? How does God explain the laws of logic? So, doon tayo pupunta. Una, universal, immaterial at necessary truth ang laws of logic na nagre-reflect sa rational nature ng Diyos na buhay. Nag-exist yan dahil ang Diyos ang ultimate rational being, tinatawag na logos. Pero kung totoong atheism na siyang dinedepensahan o pinagtatanggol dito ni Mr. Vox Atheus, kung totoo yung worldview niya, there would be no immaterial mind to ground these abstract laws. Kaya walang explanation kung saan galing laws of logic if God does not exist. Yung pangalawa, yung tanong niyan doon na, is God good because it's His nature or because it conforms to a standard? Malayo 3 po dilemma ang dating. But you see, ang Diyos ay mabuti dahil ang kanyang likas na kalagayan ang standard o pundasyon ng kanyang kabutihan o goodness. And as the maximally great being, God's nature is the source of all moral values. This avoids arbitrariness dahil necessary at unchanging o hindi nagbabago ang likas na kalagayan ng Panginoon. and it avoids an external standard because God is the ultimate foundation of reality. How about another one? What does belief in God add to meaning? Particularly meaning in my life. Una, belief in God grounds objective meaning by rooting it in the external purposes of the Creator. But without God, meaning would be subjective and contingent, varying from person to person and lacking ultimate significance. Gaya ng sinabi ko sa isa sa mga debunking videos ko sa mga claims ni Vox, kahit sabihin mo na we can create meaning in life, mag-aminan tayo, temporary lamang ang lahat ng bagay. And if God does not exist, walang kwenta ang lahat ng yan. Diba? So, you see, nagtanong siya ng mga reasonable philosophical questions, pero poorly framed at madalas irrelevant pa sa topic namin na what best explains reality. Bagamat nasagot naman natin yung mga valid points about God as the foundation of logic, morality at meaning, hindi natin gaanong na-discuss ng maayos due to the time limit kasi. Yun lang ang maipapayo ko rin kay Vox at maging sa akin na lang din siguro. If ever that we will go on to another discussion in the future or another debate, sana mag-focus kami pareho sa pinaka-topic. At dapat sana ma-show niya o maipakita niya talaga na yung kanyang worldview ang talagang the best explanation sa reality. So, ayan. So, nandito tayo sa sample, no? Dito naman tayo sa sample ng cross-examination ko naman sa kanya. We'll go on to the first cross-examination between me and him, which is, ang point naman dito, ako naman po ang nagtanong kay Vox. So, pakinggan po yung ilan na lamang sa mga questions dahil ang ipipinpoint ko rin is strengths and weaknesses din ng parehong panig. So, listen. Points, yung dalawang word na psychological unwillingness sa panig ng mga Kristiyano. Here's my first question. Nang nabanggit mo yung points, yung dalawang word na psychological unwillingness sa panig ng mga Kristiyano, ano bang ibig mong sabihin?
Ibig sabihin dyan that they're unwilling to abandon their belief.
Next question, please.
Yan. Na, if I still remember, isa yun sa mga videos niya na gusto niyang patunayan na ang mga Christians like me, hindi raw ako willing. So, ako raw ay guilty dun sa tinatawag niya na psychological unwillingness. Kaso, kung gagamitin ko yung ganyang taktika, he himself is also guilty on that. Kasi, hindi po siya willing na bitawan ang kanyang pagiging atheist. Right? Anyway. Okay, thank you. So ngayon, paano mo nalaman na ang yung existence o pag-iral ng Diyos ay matatawag na meaningless o sinasabi walang saysay? Okay. Tingnan natin kung ano yung kanyang sagot.
As what I stated sa statement ko, it adds no explanatory value.
Na vague, malabo. Pagsasabi na wala raw explanatory value yung claim na God exists, because of that, ganyan, he was just dismissing the arguments that I presented. What do you mean? Okay, thank you. What do you mean by the term, ano yun? Anong value na sinasabi niya? Wait lang ha. Hindi ko naman nakakintindi kasi. Explanatory value yun. Medyo mabilis ang oras doon. Mabilis din magsalita ang parehong panig. Like, yung bang wala siya matawag na value sa puspect, I mean.
As I said, explanatory value.
Okay, thank you. So, paano mo nasabing walang explanatory value yung tungkol sa existence ng Diyos?
It adds no value to the explanation. Can you explain God? After positing to answer a so-called question. So, you have a question number 1. You gave an possible explanation, God. Now, anong explanation ni God? Di ba wala? So, no explanatory value. So, ang ginawa dito ni Vox, he was just dismissing the arguments that we have presented. But anyway, tingnan naman natin. Let's re-evaluate his answers there. Okay? So, dito, ang problema nga lang sa mga sagot niya, kulang sa clarity at coherence. At sa maraming cases nito, yung mga answers niya, they did not directly engage with the Christian's points. Pero, puntahan natin yung strength ng objections ni Vox Atheist dito. So, syempre, yun nga, problem of pain, evil, suffering. So, Vox argued that
pain and suffering serve as evidence against the existence of God. So, classic objection in philosophical discussions about theism yan. Yan po yung problem of evil na tinatawag. Okay? So, bagamat medyo mababaw yung tanong niya, pero reasonable pa rin, and well-known argument in debates concerning to the existence of God. At yamang nabanggit din niya yung explanatory value, kasi nag-claim siya na ang existence ng Diyos, wala raw explanatory value dyan. Well, the statement ay vague and poorly elaborated. It reflects a broader naturalistic critique of theism, namely, that invoking God as an explanation does not clarify or simplify our understanding of reality. Which is, okay naman ang kanyang okay naman yung kanyang mga sagot dito. So, wala tayong problema doon. Baka sabihin ni Vox na, ay hindi, bias ka masyado. Hindi. No. Actually, I acknowledge the answer that he was making there. So, we have no problem on that. Pero, pagdating sa weaknesses sa mga objections at mga sagot niya, una, nag-raise ako ng mga importanteng katanungan like, kung walang Diyos, where do the laws of logic come from? Kaso nga lang, hindi niya po na-address ng mabuti. Ang isa pang tanong, how does atheism explain pain and suffering? Kaso nga lang, ang problema, iniwasan niya ang mga tanong na ito o kaya na-dismiss lamang niya without providing substantial counter-arguments like, halimbawa, doon sa laws of logic, he merely stated that this would be addressed in the rebuttal. Kaso nga lang, kahit sa rebuttal, wala man lamang akong nakitang satisfactory na sagot sa kanyang worldview. At concerning pain and suffering, ang sabi niya, hindi basis ng ating morality ang Diyos, na siyang dinidepensahan niya ngayon sa mga series of videos niya, answering my arguments. Kaso nga lang, sa naging debate namin, yung response na yan, failed. Nabigo. Yung response na to, he failed to engage with the core of how atheism provides a better explanation for the existence of pain and suffering in reality. Wala siya talagang aktual na sagot doon, mga kapatid. Siyempre, ang ganap dyan, especially sa mga latest videos niya, like yung mga videos niya from before Christmas and today, puro defensive at pag-avoid sa main issue ang ginawa ni Vox. Even in this debate that we had. You see, mga kapatid, the atheists frequently denied that certain statements or arguments were part of their presentation. Kasi yan ang sinabi niya, like, when I asked him, if there is no God, why is there something rather than nothing? Aba, wala raw, okay. Sabi niya, wala raw sa presentation na yon. Kaso kasama pa rin yun sa isa sa mga punto kung bakit yung kanyang worldview ang talagang the best explanation sa reality. Teka, nagreklamo ba ako? Doon sa ilang mga tanong niya, like, kung about kay Mr. H ng World War II. Tapos, yung iba doon halos sumisegue na siya doon sa pinaka-main topic namin. You see, even when I was asking clarifying questions, ganun pa rin. Sige pa rin kanyang pagiging defensive. Like for example, when asked about the rationality of no one creating something out of nothing, Vox simply said it was not part of their argument without addressing the underlying philosophical challenge. So, totally iniwasan ni Vox Atheist yung tanong na yan. Pangalawa, nang nagtanong tayo about the meaning of pain and suffering sa kanyang worldview, anong kanyang sagot? Horrendous suffering is self-evident, which does not address the broader question of how atheism explains the evidence of suffering in a way superior to theism. Wala man lamang siyang naibigay na talagang mahusay na sagot. Ngayon, yung mga tanong ko ba sa kanya batay sa topic na aming napresenta. While the atheist's objection touched on issues related to God's explanatory power or lack thereof, much of his response was either dismissive, which is iniwasan niya, o kaya out of the topic. Halimbawa, yung claim niya, narinig niyo naman yung sagot ni Vox, no? Na wala raw explanatory value yung claim na about sa existence ng Diyos, di ba? Dapat na-justify niya, dapat nagpresenta siya ng magandang explanation or so to speak, magandang rebut, kumbaga. Kaso hindi niya yung nagawa sa kanyang rebuttal period at maging sa concluding statement. Pangalawa, the emphasis on pain and suffering could have been tied to explanatory framework of atheism. Pero, hindi po na-demonstrate ni Vox yun. Kung bakit yung kanyang worldview ay nag-provide ng best explanation for suffering kaysa sa theism. At may ibang mga may sinabi si Vox like sa issue ng morality, were hinted but not developed into substantial critiques of Christianity or defenses of atheism. So, bagamat nag-raise po siya ng mga masasabing objections about doon, underdeveloped naman. At karamihan sa mga tanong na aking tinanong sa kanya, iniwasan niya o dinismiss ng walang explanation. So, bukod dito, yung mga kasagutan at saka objection niya laban sa Christianity failed to engage directly from the Christian points. At ang kanyang argument diyan were not clearly tied to the topic. So ngayon, nasagot ba niya? Well, poorly executed. Kahit nasagot man niya ito, kahit papaano. Paano no? Okay. Excuse me. Kung titingnan natin yung strength sa sagot ni Vox, okay naman eh. Like naturalism and parsimony. So, the atheist briefly claimed that atheism accompanied with naturalism does not assume more entities than it should be. So, this appeals to Occam's razor, yung prinsipyong sinasuggest na nagsasuggest ng simpleng explanation. While this could be a valid point, na pabor sa atheism, ang problema naman, hindi niya na-expand ang kabuuang sagot dyan. Maybe, dahil mabilis lamang ang oras, sige. Siyempre, yung rejection niya sa arbitrary assumptions. So, the atheist implicitly critic theism by suggesting that positing God as an explanation introduces unnecessary complexity. Bagamat hindi po talaga develop yung kanyang critic dyan, pero maganda rin ang kanyang argument dito. So, very good for that Vox. Pero, ang problema, Mr. Vox did not provide a comprehensive or compelling explanation for how atheism best explains reality. Like, how does atheism account for the existence of the universe? How does atheism explain abstract entities like the laws of logic, mathematics, or moral values? And how does atheism explain human consciousness, free will, or the apparent fine-tuning of the universe? Hindi man lamang niya na-explain. At saka, lack of depth. You see, even when the atheists raise potentially valid points like parsimony, pain and suffering, yung kanyang sagot napakababaw at kulang sa philosophical rigor. Like, simply asserting that pain and suffering are self-evident does not address the deeper philosophical question of why suffering exists or how atheism explains it better than theism. At saka yung claim na God adds no explanatory value, hindi pa po sapat yon. Kailangan sana na-demonstrate ito ni Vox noon sa rebuttal period, pero hindi niya po ito na ipaliwanag ng maayos. So, ngayon, did the atheists engage the Christians' questions? Ang problema, yung iba sa mga tanong ko, dinismiss niya, iniwasan niya. Like, when asked about the source of the laws of logic, hindi niya na-address yun. Hindi niya talaga totally na ipaliwanag ng maayos. Hindi niya rin nasagot yung tanong na, if there's no God, why is there something out of nothing? So, yung mga responses niya did not adequately address the topic of what best explains reality. Ngayon, batay ba sa topic namin yung mga tanong ko? Actually, most of it, relevant. Like, if God does not exist, where do the laws of logic come from? Walang sagot si Vox. How does atheism explain pain and suffering? Wala rin siyang sagot, maliban lang sa sagot na self-evident daw without any good explanation. Which is more rational, no one creating something out of nothing or someone creating something out of nothing, but he avoided and said, wala to sa topic, even though ito po ay relevant sa topic ng what best explains reality. To end this up, hindi niya po nasagot ang mga tanong ko. Puro siya avoid, puro siya nagdi-dismiss sa mga questions na provide natin. Bagamat meron siyang nasagot doon, meron siyang nasagot doon na magaganda, pero most of it, nag-fail. Especially on the issue of how his worldview is the best explanation to reality. At ngayon, kung titingnan po natin mabuti, hindi po na-present ni Mr. Vox ang strong case para sa atheism as the best explanation para sa reality. Ang kanyang mga objections at mga sagot, malabo, underdeveloped, o dismissive. And he avoids directly engaging with many of my questions there. So you see, dun pa lang sa first cross-examination namin, kung ikukumpara, bagamat mayroong strength and weaknesses, I think naging maganda naman ang mga kasagutan ko doon. Bagamat hindi ko na-address ang iba doon. At kung titingnan kong meron ba akong iniwasan na mga tanong niya, wala akong iniwasan ni isa. Kaso nga lang, doon naman kay Vox Atheist naman, puro dismissive, puro vague, malabo. Bagamat meron siyang mga tanong na talaga nga namang malakas din naman, like the issue of pain and suffering, about naturalism. Kaso nga lang, most of his answers are vague at all. Sa pagkakataong ito, pupunta naman tayo sa second cross-examination. So, tapos tayo sa first cross-examination between me and Vox. Yung una ay yung nagtanong siya sa akin, at yung pangalawa ay nung nagtanong ako sa kanya. So, at this point, let's go to the second cross-examination na kung saan si Vox naman ang nagtanong sa akin. So, magtungo po tayo dito sa mahalagang punto. Here we are. So, please listen to this.
Sabi mo earlier, so, first, how does Hitler doing massacre right if atheism?
If atheism is true, walang matawag kasi natin, tinatawag natin objective moral values, walang objectively good, walang objectively evil. So, if atheism is true, yung love your neighbor ay pareho lamang, so to speak, sa ginawa ni Hitler sa 6 million Jews noong World War II.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, as a Christian, do you believe in objective right and wrong? Tama?
Well, yes it is.
Oh, yeah. And Hitler is a Christian. Does he believe objective right and wrong?
Answer?
Considering, wait a minute. Pakiulit ko yung tanong, parang
Yeah,
yung aking...
you-
Pause
pause.
Pause na time, please. Lalo yung aking...
Sure, okay na.
Okay. Wait lang. Okay
Nice lang
na.
tayo.
Mag-aminan tayo, there is a time na kahit online ka, nagkakaroon ng problema pagdating sa internet. Okay? But then, let's continue.
Proceed, Doc.
Okay. So, earlier you agree na Christians believe in objective right and wrong. And the next question is, Hitler was a Christian. Does that mean Hitler also believe in objective right and wrong?
First and foremost, explain ko, no? Hitler was not really a Christian when it comes to the teachings of Christ. So, doon sa ginawa ni Hitler laban sa 6 million Jews, he was not really present, hindi talaga niya na-follow one teaching Christ. But if atheism is true, it seems like, okay lang. Kasi ang punto lang natin dito ay simple. If atheism is true, love your neighbor is just the same as torturing babies for fun. Kasi subjective nga morality sa view ng atheism. Pero, sa iginiit niya na si Mr. H ay Kristiyano daw, ang big question dyan ay kung ginawa nga ni Mr. H ang mga commands ni Christ, like love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. But anyway, listen to this again.
Next question.
Thank you.
But you're aware that Hitler did pass a law that all SS uniform or German army officers as Gut Minlet or Gut or God is with us?
Actually, I'm aware of that concerning to this. However, as I've said, Hitler was not acted as what Jesus said, like, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. So, malinaw naman ang aking sagot dyan. Yun lang, ang ginawa dito ni Vox, gumawa siya ng diversion tactic. Hindi po siya talaga pirming nag-focus sa main arguments ko, even in my rebuttal.
Next question.
Well, I think you're also aware that Hitler was just continuing anong ginagawa ng ancestor early Christian before against you. Do you agree with that or not?
Answer.
If we are talking about what those quote-unquote Christians did to the Jews, they are violating the teachings of Christ. At kung i-discuss ko yan especially maybe on concluding statement, I'll explain to you why Hitler was not really a Christian. But anyway, that's it. Thank you. Okay, so dito na lang tayo magtitigil. Ngayon, focus tayo sa mga points na sinabi dito ni Vox, no? Sa mga tanong niya sa akin. You see, sa cross-examination na ito, ay meron pong mga off-topic diversion ng ginawa si Vox. Poorly articulated questions. At syempre, aminin natin, meron akong mga sagot na masasabi ko na insufficient response dahil na rin sa maikli lamang ang oras, 20 seconds lang, kumbaga. Pero tingnan natin kung mayroon siyang mga reasonable questions like about the issue of logic, paradoxes in God's nature, and the problem of evil, wherein malakas naman ang kanyang mga tanong. Okay? So, ayan, the atheist asks how God explains immaterial realities tulad ng laws of logic at moral concepts. Reasonable objection nga yan. Also, concerning God's nature, yung paradox nga na like, can God create square circle or whatsoever? Ang issue dyan ay may kinalaman sa issue ng omnipotence and sort of it. Siyempre, hindi rin po nawala yung problem of evil. Kaso nga lang, he failed to stay focused on the topic. Take note, ang aming paksa, what best explains reality. Pero napunta siya tungkol doon kay Mr. H. O yung issue daw na nag-persecute daw ang mga so-called Christians sa mga Hudyo. Interesting ang mga tanong. Pero sasagutin yun sa hiwalay na mga paksa. Kasi nga, yung mga tanong na niyang yan sa second cross-examination niya sa akin ay wala po sa talagang paksa na what best explains reality. Bukod dyan, the atheist repeatedly asked whether God is a subject or an object. To those who already watched the debate that I had with him, ulit niyang binanggit ang ganoong tanong. Pero hindi niya po binigyang kahulugan o hindi man niya to naipaliwanag ng maayos. So, Vox repeatedly asked whether God is a subject or an object with excuse me without clearly defining these terms or explaining how the distinction impacts the broader debate about reality. At saka, nagtanong siya na, is God just a logic? Which seems to conflate God's nature as the source of logic with the idea of God being identical to logic itself. So yung tanong niyang yon, it shows a lack of precision and understanding of Christian theology. Kaya lagi mo sinasabi dun sa mga videos ko kay Vox na dapat sana gawin niya yung kanyang homework. Pero batay po sa mga latest videos niya, in an attempt to debunk my arguments, it sounds like he did not really do his own homework. And also, karamihan sa mga question niya were not properly tied to prior points in the discussion, which made the cross-examination feel disjointed. Halimbawa, the question about human beings being like calculator added little to the discussion of whether atheism or Christianity best explains reality. Although, andun na yung tanong, pero ironically, it does not even address the points on why his worldview explains reality or whatever it is. So, again, karamihan sa mga tanong niya, bagamat mayroong valid at reasonable siyang tanong, karamihan sa mga tanong niya off-topic, poorly articulated, or irrelevant sa debate namin. Ngayon, Nasagot ko ba? You see, I consistently tied the responses back to the central claim that God provides the best explanation for reality. So, ilang ulit ko na pong pinisenta like the fact that the laws of logic, morality, and other immaterial concepts are grounded in the nature of God. Lalo na, nag-present ako dun sa John 1:1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Yung terminong the Word ay mula sa Greek na logos. Siyempre, I pointed out that without God, there would be no objective basis for distinguishing good from evil. Na kung saan, kulang yan sa atheism. Siyempre, in-emphasize ko na yung ginawa ni Mr. H ay kontra sa turo ni Kristo. Like, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Yun lang dahil sa maikling oras at saka mag-aminan tayo. Kaya nga, sabi ko lagi, I still doing my own homework din naman, no? So, ang point ko dyan, kumbaga, sana pala, naisip ko, in-expand ko pa sana, no? Na halimbawa, pwede natin ma-explain kung bakit bigo ang atheism to account for these abstract entities or why God's nature provides the most coherent explanation for them. At saka yun lang, aminin ko, nagkaroon ng missed opportunity to challenge his view. Doon lamang sa cross-examination na yan. So you see, kasi yung tanong niya na, yung sa math, yung numbers, calculator, di ba? Well, maganda sana kung nasagot ko to ng mas mahusay doon sa time na yan. Pero dahil nga 20 seconds lang at mabilis magsalita, minsan parang nagkakalito-lito, di ba? So when the atheists claim that a calculator can produce correct answers despite being purely material, sana, ang ginawa ko noon, I must have to point out that the laws of mathematics and logic which guide the calculator's function are immaterial and require an adequate explanation within atheism. Yun lang, sa kanyang concluding statement, hindi niya po ito ginawa. At lalong hindi niya po ginawa yon sa rebuttal period. So when the atheists raised the problem of evil, sana ang ginawa ko noon na ay may explain ko sana o may tanong ko sana doon, I guess sa cross-examination on na how atheism provides a better explanation for the existence of suffering and whether atheism can account for the concepts of good and evil in the first place. So you see, bagamat nasagot naman ang kanyang mga tanong, aminin natin, sana mas maganda na meron akong challenge talaga, pero yung talagang matcha-challenge ko yung view ni Vox. Pero mabilis kasi ang oras. Kaya ganun nangyari. So ngayon, naka-align ba sa what best explains reality yung mga tanong? Bagamat, take note, ang ginawa kasi ni Vox, nag-diverge siya sa mga unrelated issues. Halimbawa na yan, yung historical actions ng mga Kristiyano at religious belief ni Mr. H. Interesting yan, pero hindi po in-address yung broader question of which worldview provides the most coherent explanation for reality. At yan po ang hindi po na-point out ni Vox Atheus sa naging debate namin. So, kung titingnan natin, relevance of the atheist questions. At saka you can see it also. Relevant questions about the grounding of logic, morality, and abstract entities are directly related to the topic. Okay yan. Pero ang irrelevant, tungkol po sa belief o gawa ni Mr. H. And do not contribute to determining whether atheism or Christianity best explains reality. Ano naman yun dun sa aking naging sagot? Ako, ang focus ko, key issues, katulad ng origin ng logic, morality, at ng universe, which are central sa topic na yan. Pero, mag-aminan tayo, meron din akong weakness dyan. Sana, na-expand ko yung mga sagot, at saka, mas lalo ko pang na-focus yung paksang yun. So, ang ironic dito, hindi in-address ni Vox Atheus ang issue concerning to the resurrection of Jesus na bahagi ng aking argument on why Christianity best explains reality or why atheism best explains reality. Hindi po namin na-discuss yun, Hindi man lamang po ito tinanong sa akin ni Vox. Kahit isa lang. So, the atheist failed to demonstrate that the resurrection did not happen. And if ever I am challenging Vox again, pwede nga magkaroon kami ng dalawang debate in the future wherein ang topic namin, maybe does God exist o kaya did Jesus rise from the dead? And I hope if Mr. Vox Atheist was listening, sana tanggapin niya yung challenge na ito. So, did the Christian present questions that the atheist could not answer? Yes. Pinesenta natin ang mga magkasunod na tanong na hindi nasagot ni Vox o iniwasan niya, like source of logic, basis ng morality, explanation ng suffering. Mahina po kasi ang position dyan ni Mr. Vox whether he likes it or not. And yet, he claimed that I am a sore loser for the debate. So, assessment time. Did Vox present reasonable questions and objection against Christianity? Partially. Pero may mga tanong na irrelevant, poorly articulated o kaya wala sa topic. Pangalawa, did I provide answers based on the topic? Opo. Kung napakinggan niyo pong mabuti. Pero kung mahaba sana yung timing, let's say 20, 30, 40 seconds sana, pwede po itong mas may paliwanag lang maayos, di ba? Are the questions and answer aligned with the topic? Ako, nagstay lang ako sa topic. Talagang pinipinpoint na Christianity really best explains reality while atheism doesn't. Pero si Vox, sige ang diversion. Ilang ginawa niya. Hindi nga rin niya na-debunk yung issue concerning to the resurrection of Jesus. Eh sana kung gagawa man siya ng video, then he must have to explain to me why Jesus did not really rise from the dead or if Jesus really exists or not. At sana yan yung video na gusto ko po na magawa ni Vox Atheist, and I'm challenging him to do that. And lastly, did the Christian present questions that the atheist could not answer? Yan po ang ating susunod na i-discuss. So ngayon, let's go to the second cross-examination. Tingnan natin. So, dito tayo. Ayan. In 3, 2, 1. Cristiano. So, here's my question. Ano ba ang masasabing piece of evidence na nagpapatunay na si Hitler di umano ay isang Kristiyano?
Answer?
A picture of handshake with the Pope.
Next question, please.
Do you think ito ay sapat na bilang evidence o baka meron ka pang maidaragdag?
When he proclaimed ng rules ng uniform ng SS or Third Reich, is God is with us.
Next question,
Okay,
please.
sige. Sa atheism, do you think mali yung ginawa ni Hitler sa mga 6 na milyong Hudyo?
Yeah, genocide is always wrong.
Then what is the moral wait lang, follow-up question. So,
Next question.
ano ba ang moral standard mo para sabihin kari-marim at mali ang ginawa ni Hitler sa 6 na milyong mga Hudyo kung walang matatawag na objective moral values, kung walang Diyos kumbaga?
Answer?
Was it there? Was it... Ay, wait lang.
Ayan, hindi namin alam na violation pala yun, yung paggamit ng pangalan ni Mr. H. Sa bagay, hindi namin alam yun noong time na yun.
Meron ba talagang objective moral values in the first place? When, one, I don't need objective moral values to ground that. And two, desire and pain and suffering is good enough to ground na hindi tayo mag-genocide. What do you need more?
Na kung saan, it sounds like indirectly, inamin ni Vox na hindi kaya ng atheism na i-explain kung bakit may pain and suffering. Parang sinasabi na, natural lang yan. But, anyway, so napakinggan na po natin yung bahagi ng cross-examination na yan. So, let's analyze, no? I-address natin, does the atheist present reasonable objections against Christianity? Does he provide answers based on the topic? Does the Christian, ako yun, present valid questions, and does the atheist adequately respond to them? And are the questions and answers aligned with the topic of the said discussion? So, tingnan natin po, no, yung mga objections or let's say, mga sagot niya. You see, umapila siya sa suffering at genocide, no? So, He argues that pain and suffering, including genocide, can be evaluated as wrong without objective moral values. He proposes that the consequences of suffering and harm, yun nga, desire, pain, and suffering, are sufficient to evaluate actions like Mr. H's genocide as immoral. Objection yan. And then, he went on to the issue concerning Richard Dawkins' view that life has no design, no purpose, no evil, no good. So, naturalism ang kanyang stand dito. Pero, ano yung weaknesses dun sa mga sinabi, mga objections niya? He failed to address moral objectivity. Hindi niya po na-counter ang argument natin for objective moral values. While he argues that suffering and harm are sufficient to evaluate morality, he fails to explain why suffering is wrong in the atheistic framework, where morality is subjective or culturally constructed. Tinanungan natin siya kung anong moral standard niya para sabihin na mali si Mr. H sa ginawa niya. Yeah, totoo, umapila si Mr. Box doon sa issue ng suffering, pero hindi niya pinaliwanag kung bakit objectively wrong yon under atheism. You see, he also fails to explain how atheism provides a sufficient foundation for condemning atrocities universally, rather than as mere societal preferences or survival mechanisms. Bukod dyan, he briefly mentions existentialism as a way to derive meaning in life without God. Actually, meron siyang video na parang gusto niya sabihin na we can live life without God, ganito, ganyan. Pero bigo siya na mapatunayan yun. He does not explain how existentialism addresses the deeper question of whether meaning is real or merely self-created. Also, na-misuse niya o na-misunderstood niya ang evidence para sa Christianity, like yung handshake daw ni Mr. H sa Santo Papa at ang slogan na nasa damit ng grupong yun bilang evidence daw na Kristiyano daw siya. Kaso superficial yan at inignore niya yung broader context and theological context, which shows that his actions and beliefs were inconsistent with Christian teachings. Doon palang bagsak na ang mga argument dito o yung mga tanong ni Vox. Ngayon, na-provide ba siya ng mga sagot? You see, bagamat meron siyang malalakas na sagot dyan, like naturalism as an explanatory framework, nabanggit yung sinabi ni Dawkins about naturalism as a more parsimonious or simpler explanation of reality, and then human-derived meaning. Bigo siya na mag-provide ng robust explanation for how atheism accounts for key aspects of reality, tulad ng why is there something rather than nothing. Iniwasan niya talaga yan. The existence of immaterial realities tulad ng laws of logic at morality. Human consciousness, fine-tuning of the universe. Wala siyang debunk doon ni isa. Siyempre, yung kanyang pag-rely sa pain and suffering bilang moral guide, doon pa lang, mahina na po ang posisyon niya. Kasi, without an objective moral standard, moral judgments become arbitrary or culturally relative. So, this undermines his ability to criticize Christianity's moral framework effectively. At superficial din ang kanyang pagdepensa sa atheism. Nung tinanong natin siya about existential meaning at moral grounding, malabo o incomplete yung sagot niya. Maybe dahil kulang din sa oras, so intindihin na lamang natin. For instance, he asserts that humans can create their own meaning, gaya ng ginawa niya sa ilang mga latest videos niya ngayon, na kung saan anytime soon ay meron na po tayong debunk dyan. Ang problema, he failed to explain how this avoids nihilism or why self-centered meaning is meaningful in an ultimate sense. So, wala siyang strong positive case para sa atheism. Baka sasabihin na naman niya, kayo lang mga Kristiyano ang may burden of proof. Sorry to tell you, my friends, maski man ikaw, meron kang burden of proof para patunayan na atheism really best explains reality. Pero sa debate natin, bigo ka na magpresenta nito. So, ngayon, paano yung mga tanong ko? consistent yung challenge natin sa kanya doon on how atheism accounts for moral values and obligations, like what is your moral standard for saying Mr. H's actions were wrong? They point out na under atheism, walang objective distinction between good and evil. Concerning purpose and meaning, I ask him how atheism provides meaning and purpose to human life, which is a central issue ng debate namin. Yun lang ang sagot niya. He quoted Richard Dawkins concerning naturalism. Yun, the Christian forces the atheists to confront the implications of their worldviews. At saka syempre yung historical context. I effectively counter his claim that Mr. H was a Christian by what? By pointing out that his actions violated the teachings of Christ. So may flaw na po sa argument dito ni Vox Atheus. Sana nag-focus siya sa pinaka-topic na why his view explains reality. Ngayon, yung mga responses niya, madalas it evades the Christian's question or respond with vague statements like, when we ask him to explain moral grounding in atheism, he simply appeals to pain and suffering without addressing the deeper issue of why suffering is objectively wrong. And when we ask him to reconcile Dawkins' claim of purposelessness with their own belief in human-derived meaning, wala man lamang siyang explanation. Also, he frequently relies on shallow arguments, such as citing Mr. H's handshake with the Pope, without engaging with the Christian's counterpoint or addressing the broader philosophical issues at stake. Ngayon, naka-align ba ang mga tanong ko sa topic namin na what best explains reality? Well, yes again. Kasi, pinpoint natin yung the grounding of morality, the meaning and purpose of life, the implication of naturalism and atheism's inability to provide ultimate purpose or design. Pero, paano naman ang sagot ni Vox? Ironically, he often strays from the topic, focusing on tangential issues like Mr. H's religious beliefs or subjective views of morality. While some of their points are relevant like existentialism, naturalism, etc., he fails to connect these ideas to the central question of what best explains reality. At kung i-assess po natin, point 1, did the atheist present reasonable objections against Christianity? Well, partially. Bagamat meron siyang punto o point, sige, bigyan natin siya ng points about sa pag-question niya concerning morality and suffering. These were not well developed and often failed to engage the Christian's points. Next, did the atheist provide answers based on the topic? Hindi pa rin. He did not present a strong positive case for atheism or explain how it accounts for key aspects of reality. Does I present valid questions? Yes. I presented it. Na-present po natin yung mga valid questions dyan. Kaso nga lang, ang ating maginong kausap na si Vox, he failed to respond adequately. Madalas, iniiwasan niya, ini-evade niya, nagdi-dismiss lamang siya. At naka-align ba yung mga tanong ko sa topic namin? Well, the Christians' questions were on topic. Dapat on topic ka. Pero, yung mga sagot ni Mr. Vox, puro strayed into irrelevant or tangential issues. So, to conclude, I consistently engaged with the topic and raised valid challenges sa worldview ni Mr. Vox Atheus. Pero siya, bigong i-present ang strong case or adequately respond sa mga tanong ko. So, you see, my friends, when he told me that I am a sore loser, he was not really answering my questions. Hindi man lamang niya ma-debunk talaga ang mga presentation ko. Even sa mga videos na kung saan malinaw po na debunk po natin ang kanyang mga argumento. Now, gusto ko pong tapusin ito sa summary, sa 4 na cross-examination period na isinagawa namin. You see, tingnan natin yung mga key themes ng debate namin. So, ano yung arguments ko dyan? I presented that God provides the best explanation for the existence of immaterial, universal, and necessary realities tulad ng laws of logic, objective moral values and duties, and purpose and meaning in life. Pero sa punto de vista ni Mr. Vox, you see, I argued that atheism, especially when paired with naturalism, is not able to account for the existence of immaterial realities, origin of the universe, and why something exists rather than nothing, ultimate purpose or meaning in life, as atheism often leads to nihilism, and the problem of pain and suffering, which is not better explained by atheism than by Christianity. Siyempre, doon naman sa historical context ng morality, bilang response sa claim na si Mr. H daw ay Kristiyano, na-clarify naman natin na yung actions niya ay labag sa turo ni Kristo. Like, love your neighbor as yourself, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. This was used to argue that merely identifying as a Christian does not equate to following Christian moral principles. Ano yung mga main objection ni Vox doon sa naturong debate namin? The problem of pain and suffering. Na yun daw ay ebidensya daw sa worldview niya. He claimed suffering is self-evident at wala raw it does not require a divine explanation. He also suggested that morality can be grounded in human pain and suffering. Example given, utilitarianism without needing God. Siyempre, nagbanggit siya ng explanatory power at naturalism. Nadepensahan niya yon, he attempted it, claiming it explains reality without invoking unnecessary entities. At yung view ni Dawkins about the universe as having no purpose, no design, no good, no evil, ayan, ginamit niya yon. Human-derived meaning. At saka inatake yung history ng Christianity. So ngayon, ano naman yung strength and weaknesses sa parehong panig? Sa aking approach sa debate namin, nakafocus lamang ako sa topic. And to those who are listening right now, and to those who already watched the debates that I had with him many times, talagang nakafocus ako sa topic namin about that. No? I consistently tied the responses to the central question of what best explains reality, pointing to God as the ultimate foundation for logic, morality, and meaning. Clarity in explaining morality, na inargue natin na objective morality requires a transcendent standard. Na, you see, sa mga latest videos ngayon ni Vox, he was not really explaining why his view explains reality. I even quoted the Bible. I presented some philosophical arguments there. Pininpoint natin na nag-ground yung worldview in a clear theological at philosophical framework. Pero bigo si Mr. Vox na ipresenta yon o i-debunk yon. And the Christian, we responded effectively to claims about Mr. H and the rest of it. Pero syempre, gusto kong ipinpoint yung weakness ko. Okay? Kasi, aminin ko, dahil maikli lamang yung oras natin, na-miss tuloy yung opportunity para sa deeper engagement. Like yung, hindi ko talaga na fully unpack yung issue concerning grounding of logic and abstract entities in God. And sana, iano ko yung implication ng nihilism sa atheism. At saka yung nasabi ko talaga yung God is the source of logic and morality. Sana pala na-explain ko ng maigi. And kaya, sabi ko nga, kahit ako, gusto kong sabihin kung ano rin yung weakness ng aking presentation noon. At least, I am being honest to myself. At least, ngayon, lalo sa mga debunking videos ko ngayon sa mga claims ni Vox, mas lalo pong malinaw ngayon. Ngayon, sa atheistic position naman ni Vox, in-emphasis niya yung suffering, naturalistic simplicity, at human autonomy. Doon pa lang, okay, fine, sige, successful siya doon. Especially nung umapela siya sa Occam's razor. Yun lang, meron na tayong debunking dyan na yung Occam's razor hindi pala pumapabor sa worldview niya bilang atheist. Ang problema, ito yung approach niya, yung kahinaan ng approach niya. He repeatedly avoided or gave superficial answers sa mga challenges natin sa kanya. Like, what is his moral standard for saying the actions of Mr. H were wrong? How does atheism account for abstract realities tulad ng laws of logic? At saka iba pa, evasion na nga. Isa pa, yung contradiction sa moral reasoning. Nire-reject niya yung objective moral values, pero sinasabi niya na mali yung genocide. Which is which? At saka superficial historical arguments, nag-rely siya sa napakahinang evidence. Yikes! Ngayon, important points po tayo sa pagsagot sa mga objection na yan ni Vox at sa iba pang mga atheist dyan. Ang existence ng suffering ay hindi po evidence laban sa Diyos, ngunit mas naipapaliwanag ito sa Christianity. Why? Suffering exists because of human free will and the fallenness of the world. Suffering has ultimate meaning and purpose, as seen in the redemptive suffering of Jesus Christ on the cross. Pero sa atheism, wala. Walang meaning, walang purpose. Wala. Meaningless. Point 2. Atheism cannot provide a foundation for objective moral standards, as it reduces morality to subjective preferences or cultural conventions. By the way, hindi ko sinasabi na hindi moral ang mga atheist friends natin. Alam ko, lalo na po sa mga kaibigang atheist dyan na alam ko na talagang aware sila na mali ang gumawa ng mga kamalian o kasalanan. Ang maging problema dito, how to justify it in their worldview. And under atheism, moral judgments are arbitrary and there's no transcendent standard to ground them. Concerning Christianity, morality is grounded in God's unchanging nature, which provides an objective and universal standard for good and evil. And syempre yung laws of logic, kung saan yung abstract realities na nabanggit ko doon, hindi po, they cannot arise from materialistic atheistic worldview. Unlike in Christianity, nakaground ito sa kaisipan ng Panginoon, who is eternal and rational. Meaning and purpose in life, while atheists like Vox, actually, nagawa niya ito ng video dati, gumawa pa yata siya ng response doon sa mga latest videos niya, na sinasabi na they can create their own meaning. Illusion lang pala kung ang buhay ay objectively purposeless. Pero sa Christianity, true purpose is found in knowing and glorifying God. Christianity offers an ultimate purpose that transcends subjective meaning. Sa prayer nga ng Panginoong Jesus sa Ama, sabi nga niya sa John 17:3, "This is eternal life, that they may know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ whom you have sent." Well, the purpose of life, according to Christianity, is to know God and to make Him known. Bukod pa dyan, nahuli si Vox sa tinatawag na historical mischaracterization. When he brings up historical examples, it is essential to clarify that, point 1, actions must align with Christ's teachings to represent genuine Christianity. Point 2, atrocities committed by so-called Christians often reflect human sinfulness rather than the teachings of Christ Jesus. So ngayon, let's go to the honest evaluation. Aminin ko, meron akong na-miss na opportunity doon. Pero kung titingnan niyo pong mabuti talaga, objectively, nang wala talagang pirming parang kinikilingan doon, kayo po ang makapagsabi kung talaga bang sore loser daw ako sa debate namin ni Vox ayon sa kanya, o nanatili talaga ako sa topic namin noon. You see, the Christian, me, I effectively tied the arguments sa topic kung saan nag-provide tayo ng explanation sa logic, morality at meaning within the framework of theism. Pero, sana naipaliwanag ko pa ito ng mas maayos. sana, na-present ko din yung kahinaan ng worldview ni Vox. Ngayon, kamusta naman ang performance ni Vox? Okay, meron siyang mga valid objections like the problem of pain and suffering, pero he failed to engage in my responses meaningfully. He also struggled to provide a positive case for atheism as the best explanation for reality, relying on vague appeals to naturalism and existentialism. So, my friends, sa mga nakikinig po sa atin ngayon, kayo po magpasya. Kung si Mr. Vox, talaga nga bang na-debunk niya ang main arguments ko? O ako nga ba ay consistent sa pag-address ko sa topic namin na what best explains reality? At kayo po ang magpapasya, mga kapatid, mga kaibigan, Kristiyano ka man, atheist ka man, or whoever you are, kung talaga nga bang nagpresenta ng malinaw si Vox Atheist sa kanyang worldview, o ako ang nagpresenta nito. Kayo po magpasya. Ayoko mo pang magsabi ng kung ano na, I win the debate or what, or whatever. Tama ba yung sinabi sa akin noon ni Vox na I am a sore loser? I encourage everyone to watch the discussion that I had with him. You can find it in the Roundtable Atheist page in YouTube. You can also find it in my own apologetic page in YouTube, namely Why Christianity. Well, that's all for now. See you again for our next reaction. And I encourage everyone to re-examine both sides of the arguments. Thank you so much. Jesus is Lord. Good day to all of you.